had to stop through today because today is a celebration for me. It didn't seem like it in the past, but it is. Today marks celebration of freedom for me. No, when it initially happened, I couldn't even afford to show up. But sometimes rejection is God's protection. And He's looked over my life and He's protected, He's guided, He's provided for me these last 30 years. Can you imagine having to start your life over and to your name you only have $150, two suitcases, and somebody else's 2-year-old? Well, that was my story 30 plus years ago. But I was liberated and set free on June 15th, 1995, which was a sorrowful day for me before. But I'm reminded that weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. I mean, your morning might take some years to materialize, but delay is never denial. So if you've had something happen in your life that was painful at one time, and you can now look back and you can see just how you can see God's love in a human person's rejection. So I have a praise on my lips. I don't know why I'm early. I didn't even realize that today was June 15th. I didn't, not until I looked at my computer and the clock and the date showed up. And I realized that I hadn't given God praise. Now, on June 4th, I gave a message to my 19-year-old self. So this message is to my 31-year-old self, because it was 30 years ago this day that I was set free. It was a blessing in disguise. God has lifted me up from the abyss. He's blessed my life in order for me to be a blessing to other young women and some young men that may encounter the same thing. So my advice to my young people today is always remain true to yourself. Never lose yourself in another person, because everybody's not equipped to rebuild and rebound from that. Thank God that He placed something within me that allowed me the privilege to start over. And I mean, my total life had to change. And yes, I can testify that God will take care of you. Now, I used to sing about it. I used to sing about that, and God will answer prayers, but it didn't become real to me until it happened to me. You understand what I'm saying? So if you've reached a milestone on this day, celebrate the love, the grace, the kindness, the restoration power that God flows through your life. I couldn't always smile on this day. And I was in a place where I couldn't even defend myself. I couldn't even say, well, that didn't happen. I mean, to be so broke, you have to let others speak for you. And then, to be taken advantage of. And to really, I was put in a predicament where I really had to trust God. And there has been 2 occasions that are brought to mind that God will always provide for me, even when I don't see how He's going to do it. The first time it happened in 1996 during a blizzard here in Maryland. I saw how God provided for a bird. I don't know how the bird saw the worm, but God, I guess, gave him the grid coordinates and all of that, and he landed his food. God took care of him. And that same time, I looked in my refrigerator, and there was nothing there. But I never starved. I never went hungry. I learned how to depend on God. The second time that God proved to me through a scripture that I had read years ago, that He always watches over me, that He takes care of me, that I have precedence here, was before I made my decision to retire from my job. I didn't know what I was going to do. Even though I wasn't speaking out about it, I held all that stuff in, and the end result was my hair started falling out. I mean, I literally swept it up for months. Now all I got to do is just like, get it trimmed down because I look good like this. And it's a day of celebration. So celebrate the devastating times that God has brought you through, and you came through victorious. He proved to you that your later will be greater than your former. I'm a living witness. You enjoy the rest of your summer, your June 15th, because I know I am. I'm going to find something to sing to give him more praise. Love you. Bye-bye. Happy Sunday.